I'm back, everybody. I've made a reluctant return from Orlando back to Northeast Connecticut. Like 2 hours ago, I had to drive through Boston traffic to get back home from Logan Airport. Just flew back from Orlando to be at Card Party Gen 2. It was an absolute blast. I would recommend it to anyone. Like, they've announced 2 dates for next year. Go, 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 go. That being said, like, I'm still waiting for the air pressure to change and for my ear to pop. I need a shower. I need to change my clothes. I need to do laundry. I need to spend time with my dogs. But I'm super motivated to create this video for you guys. So we're gonna do it anyway. But without too much rambling about Card Party Gen 2, this series is Get Decked. The series where I open 9 stupid packs of a Pokemon set from the Scarlet and Violet era, and I try to add it to my deck and see if I can improve it. Scarlet and Violet was great. Paldea Evolved was pretty good. Obsidian Flame sucked, and 151 was somehow way fucking worse. So I need Paradox Rift to save me. It needs to change the complexion of this deck. I need at least like a couple lucky cards just to get like Blastoise and all my water types out of there that just aren't speeding anything up or making anything more powerful. Or the psychic types. I'm open to anything. But if you haven't watched the series at all, I recommend going into the description, checking out the playlist, watch the first 4 episodes. It'll tell you exactly how we got to where we are now and why I'm suffering through this series. But maybe just until Paradox Rift hits me. But before we roll the old intro clip, I did want to mention that I'm giving away this mystery bag when I finally reach 100 subscribers. In that mystery bag, it's a $40 value that I got from a buddy Jay at Wicked Treasures in Chepachet, Rhode Island. In the bag is 1 mystery graded slab, 1 mystery booster pack, a full art card, and a holo rare card. If you know me, I don't pander for your likes, comments, or subscriptions, but if you've liked what you've watched and you're interested in seeing more, join me and you've given yourself a chance to win that $40 value. Absolutely free. Alright, I'm all over the place. Alright, so yeah, intro clip, then let's rip these packs. I'm Brett. As a 90s kid, Pokemon has always been a part of my life for as long as I can remember. I collected the cards, played the video games, I had all the toys, clothes, and collectibles that came with them. But fast forward to 2024, my wife and I teach kids and their parents how to play the game at our local library. We've hosted tournaments, we've had trade days, and we've started to bring our community together for kids and families that really don't know where to start when it comes to playing the Pokemon TCG. In this time, I've paid close attention to competitive play, the best decks in the format, and kind of just expanding my knowledge, and I've done my best to make that information more digestible for beginners. I made a cheesy decision in choosing the Ancient Paradox Rift box because of the Screamtail. If you know how to play Gardevoir and you've seen like a meta-style Gardevoir deck, you know exactly why. If you don't, I'll explain it in the deck profile if I keep Gardevoir in there. Hopefully I don't friggin' have to. There's the code card for the box. We've got our 9 packs of Paradox Rift. God help me. I already saw that there's an EX in here. We got Nimble. We got Yamask, Spinda, Tinkatink, Mela, my girl, Minior, Dondozo, Toedscruel, Whismur, and Toxtricity EX. I don't know if that's the EX that we want or need. Truly don't know. But it's alright, we carry on. But yeah, hey, I'm Bad Luck Brett. Thanks for joining if you're still here. If not, I understand. We got Surskit, another Whismur, Bird, my boy Magby. We got Earthen Vessel. I needed that so much. I hope I get a couple. Love the Earthen Vessel. a Medical Energy, the Iron Bundle, which could be handy, an Aegislash, Crobat, and Ting Lu. I don't know. Depending on what I pull here, it could really... I could bring my deck down to like a single prize deck with stuff like Ting Lu and Koraidon. You know, I don't see the Toxtricity being added to the deck unless I really get some like some other good components. Anyway, Tandemaus, Dwebble, Whismur. That's like 3 for 3 on a Whismur. Doublade, Veluza. Oop, I skipped a card. Blindside. I would love TM Evolution. TM Devo would be cool. Even Turbo Energize. Like, I'll take any TM that's not friggin' Blindside. Crocolore, another bird, Minun, and oh wait, this is like the card that I wanted. I wanted the Roaring Moon. I wanted to take all the fucking water Pokemon out of the deck and pivot to like just a single prize. No, it's not a single prize. Basic EX attacking deck. Just like that, Paradox Rift has my heart. But yeah. Without rambling too much about what I want from the set or about Card Party, it was an amazing experience. I will say, I have zero content ready for anyone related to Card Party. That's not just like a retrospective overview of the weekend. I did not record, I didn't take a ton of pictures. It was a family vacation, and I made sure that I treated it as such and not an opportunity to create content. We got a Future Booster, we got Simisage, a Dwebble. Dude, what is happening? Not only is it the Garchomp EX, but it's the special illustration Garchomp. And then we got Chi-Yu. Who cares? Alright, So now, even worst case scenario. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if I have a Gible or a Gabite, but I would love to play with that Garchomp. And we still got 5 packs to go. I don't know, man. This deck is going to be wild by the end of this. It's going to be unrecognizable, which I love. Excuse me. We've got a Magby, a Surskit, another Flamigo, Porygon, there's the TM Evo, big help, Vanillux, Defiance Vest, another good one, Mela, my girl, Steenie, and Zacian. I feel completely renewed by Paradox Rift because the first 4 sets of the Scarlet and Violet era are just a downhill fucking spiral. But we're back, baby. We got Swablu, we got Panseer, Nickit, Gligar, my boy Norman, Cyclizar, a Toedscruel, a Plusle, Vanillite, and Groudon. So that Garchomp's looking better and better if we can pair it with that Groudon. Even though, again, I don't know if I've seen Gible or Gabite. Here's your Fire Energy and your Porygon Z, because I'm all thumbs. You got Oricorio, Toedscruel, Vanillite, Charcadet, Durant, Turbo Energize could be some use, Techno Radar, Trubbish, Pumpkaboo, and yeah, your Porygon. That was a full-blown dud pack. So, 2 more chances. I can't confidently say I've seen a Toxel for that Toxtricity or the pieces needed to use that Garchomp. So I'm a little worried. But we got Litbug, we've got Fuecoco, Honedge, Webble, Slitherwing. There's TM Devo, could be good. Exploud, Bound Sweet. Dude, I mean, that's useless. Absolutely fucking useless. But how can you not love that Garbodor card? Thrilled. Love it. And Kingdra. We're going to throw my boy in a sleeve. We're going to get a better look. Gorgeous. Best pile of trash I've ever seen. Here's your last code card. Alright, we need a miracle here. We got Swablu, we got Panseer, we got Wiglet, Gligar, Wugtrio, Steenie, the counter catcher. Love it. Awesome. Another Earthen Vessel, just what I asked for. Oricorio, and Milotic. So I think we're missing some key pieces to activate the EXs that we got, obviously, except for the Roaring Moon, because you don't need a Stage 1 or a Basic for Roaring Moon. But I'm going to take a look at the cards that we've got. I'm going to see how our deck changes, and I'll be back to you with a deck profile. So we have two things to note here before I go into what's changed and what's new about the deck. Number one is that we clearly exist outside of God's vision, and therefore we do not feel his light. The second thing is, we changed our sleeves. Anyways, coming out of the deck are all of the healing items. The picnic baskets, the fighting Olay, the potion, and then followed by that is the energy search, the big air balloon. The energy search, again, is kind of just a weaker version of an Earthen Vessel. The big air balloon doesn't really feel necessary when we don't feel the need to switch out a Blastoise. And I pull out Mimikyu because I no longer feel the need to trap things in the active with Mimikyu, whereas a counter catcher and Iron Bundle kind of give us a couple gusting options if we're having a hard time with what's in the active. Going into the deck, excuse me while I destroy this nice neat pile that I had. Into the deck, two Earthen Vessels. We've doubled our energy search. TM Evolution, pair that with Arven. Turn 2, you're looking pretty good. Counter catcher, again, our first form of gusting. A Defiance Vest, which can make that Blastoise annoyingly tanky. Our Iron Bundle, there's our second form of gusting. And then our Scream Tail. The Scream Tail is in the deck because it pairs perfectly with Gardevoir. Roaring Scream does 20 damage to one of my opponent's Pokemon, benched or active, for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So Gardevoir's ability could put up to 80 damage counters on this thing, and I could be sending 160 to the bench or to the active with just a single prizer. So, no brainer. But anyway, I'm going to finish changing these sleeves. We're going to playtest in the morning after I've shaved, showered, and tried to exist as a human being again for a little bit. But yeah, we'll see you tomorrow with the playtesting results and the final grade of this deck that is just so close to being good with Roaring Moon or Garchomp, but is still so far. My battery just died. Alright, yeah, it's time to call it. See you later. Jumping into the playtesting, this video recording has taught me two things. One, my son's deck is definitely too aggressive for me to keep up with. We went to Card Party, we got him another copy of Giratina V and V-Star and a couple missing pieces to his deck. It's consistent as shit, I don't stand a chance. Point number two, my deck actually sucks. I mean, it's close, but it's definitely not there. But we're 2 turns into the game, and all my Pokemon are getting slammed with Cramorant, and the only reason I'm holding on is because Squirtle's first attack for a single energy protects him if I roll heads. So I was able to buy a couple turns, but ultimately just could not keep up the pace, and game 1 really was no contest, and I was never able to set up any kind of attacks, and it was really just dead drawing the entire time. So we're gonna skip on to game 2, which is gonna feel like deja vu. Here in game 2, you're gonna find much of the same. Turn 2, my son's got Cramorant ready to swing with 4 cards in the Lost Zone, and his bench is getting powered up with his Giratina and Giratina V-Star, and I'm struggling to stay afloat. In this game, I think my Gardevoir was prized, so my ultimate plan in the game was really just null from the start, and Blastoise just never really became an option. So game 2, another one where I really just had no opportunity to keep up with the prize race, and just had to hold on for dear life until my son took all of his prize cards again. And here to close out game 2, I try to protect myself with Squirtle's first attack, and I hit Tails, so there's really no hope. And crawling on my hands and knees into game 3, my start isn't fantastic, but I do give myself a much better chance to keep up in this game. Once again though, having to abandon Gardevoir EX as an option for my Ralts is in my prizes. So from the get-go, I recognize that, and I start working with my Squirtle, trying to get Blastoise up and moving. Moving ahead a couple turns, I am eventually able to get my Blastoise out thanks to a couple lucky rolls on Mesagoza, and I also actually start working on my Togekiss line to get my draw engine moving, which was unsuccessful in games 1 and 2. And again, the thing I love about Blastoise is that I can choose to discard 2 water energy for the big 280, but I can also just discard 1 water energy for the 140 against things like Cramorant, Comfey, and Sableye. So it's a good card when it comes to preserving resources and having some options. And there's the second heads roll for Togekiss, which I can rare candy right onto my Togepi, and now that's got free retreat as well as my draw engine. And so from here, I'm really able to put myself in the battle, but only for so long before Blastoise falls victim to Giratina V-Star, and I do get my Ralts out of the prizes and start working my way to Gardevoir to continue the battle, but by then, my son has taken all of his prize cards, and I'm just not able to keep up once again. And here, in my last turn, I have one final desperate attempt to switch Giratina V into the active, just hoping he doesn't have a switch or any way to manually retreat, but he ultimately has the switch card in hand, switches back into the V-Star, takes the knockout, and wins game 3 also. So I got completely swept, I think for the first time throughout this entire series. So we've fallen into a paradox itself from Paradox Rift. I got like the luckiest pulls in Roaring Moon and Garchomp EX, and I can't use them. Like, I'm the luckiest unlucky person, or am I the most unfortunate lucky person? I don't know. Up next is Paldean Fates, so maybe there's some hope because there's a lot of callbacks to previous sets in that set. It's a small set, so a lot of the cards in there are the playable ones that were brought back. So a lot of the new cards are playable also, so that may save us. But before we wrap up, our power was a 5, it stays a 5. Consistency was a 6, maybe it gets like a 6.25. We added the Earthen Vessels, we added the TM Evo. It's not fair to say we went nowhere, but it's not fair to say that we went anywhere far. And then Synergy stays at 5. We had nothing that holds the, no glue to hold any of this shit together. So, with that, let me know if you would have played this Paradox Rift box any differently. Someone help me, please. This deck needs to be saved. Maybe the series is a fail, or maybe you're just not supposed to be able to build a deck like this. I don't know. See you next time.